does your life feel kind of unreal? Like the real thing is going to start somewhere in the future. But then everything will fall into place. Sorry to disappoint you, but that's not going to happen. The only thing you have got is right now, this moment right here. And nothing changes if nothing changes. So what changed everything for me? For me it was quitting social media. That didn't only make working towards my goals easier, it also gave me a more relaxed and peaceful state of mind. So how is social media making your life feel kind of unreal? So the thing is, social media is giving you a satisfaction, a fake satisfaction to your desires. For example, if you have the desire for love, friendship and so on, so a desire which every one of us has, then you also just have the fake satisfaction of it straight in your pocket. You just have to pull out your phone and you can go on Instagram or Snapchat, and there you have your friends, and you can send pictures to each other and so on. But the thing is, that's not the real thing, because when I quit social media, for me the last app I deleted from TikTok, Instagram and so on was Snapchat. And Snapchat was different than those other apps, because when you delete TikTok, I mean, your life just gets better, because TikTok is just, there's no benefit in TikTok except for a quick hit of dopamine. But for Snapchat, it was, I will say, it was 100% positive in the long term, but when I deleted it, I saw, okay, there are not that much notifications coming in, so on. And when I'm looking on my phone, there are not all my friends just sending me pictures, So it can feel a bit lonely at first, but the thing is, that's just reality. And that's what I realized. All these friendships, Snapchat friendships I would call them, most of them aren't real. So when you just delete Snapchat and none of those people communicate with you anymore, that are of course not real friends. So it's just often this, you hold up those streaks, those flames and so on Snapchat, but it's not real friendship. But it can feel like it, because that's like this fake satisfaction of your desires. So if I'm now sitting on my couch at home alone and just going on Snapchat, sending pictures of my face to some people I know and so on, then it can feel like something social. But in reality, the real reality is just you are sitting on your couch at home alone. And if you delete those apps, like Snapchat for example, then you are thrown into reality and you see, oh, maybe my life isn't that exciting. Maybe I should get out actually doing something. Just not having this stimulation and fake satisfaction of your desires at first throws you into the reality where you see, oh, okay, maybe my desires are not really met and all this stuff wasn't real. But this dissatisfaction then gets you to actually go after your desires and go for the real thing. So now you don't search for the Snapchat friendships to just hold up your streaks. Now you go out and actually meet with friends, with real friends, and you start to get into real life. That's one point how social media is making your life, unreal, artificial. But that's not the only way how social media is making your life kind of unreal. I mean, if you think about how much time you spend on social media, if you look at your screen time, maybe it's 3-4 hours, and think, okay, it's a bit much and so on. But the thing is, that's just, you're living in a fake world. It's really not real at all. And another factor how you see it in your life is maybe through dissatisfaction in general, because when you're on Instagram and scrolling through your reels, you compare yourself to really the best of the best in their thing. So for example, if you started calisthenics or anything, so sometimes when I was on Instagram, then I saw those calisthenics dudes, and that's crazy. So they are doing these front levers and muscle ups with clapping over the bar and so on, just really crazy stuff. And now if you started calisthenics and now can do a muscle up, you still feel like you're really bad. But in reality, no one of your friends or most of the people you know, most people in general, can do a muscle up. So you compare yourself with the best of the best, and it's just also not reality. If you think about how we lived maybe even 100 years ago, where we were just in our villages and just comparing ourselves to our neighbors, just having this comparison. So when you had a job that paid well, it felt good. But now if you even have a own business which is making maybe millions of dollars, still probably doesn't feel enough, because you see the next one who's not making millions, he's making billions. So you always have this comparison to other people, and it's, of course, it won't completely go away if you quit social media, but if you use social media, you always, like 5 times a day or something, you have this comparison to some unrealistic standards. So that's also something that's probably taking away well-being from your life. And it's also not real. Of course, those people are real, but you are not living in real life. You're just consuming and seeing other people are better and so on, and don't really see the people in your life and see that maybe you're doing better than them and so on. And then if you would just compare yourself to them, you would feel way better. So that's also a way how you get pulled away from reality through social media. And of course, one of the biggest points, social media is just keeping away from the real life. Because if you're using social media for about 3 hours a day, then you see how much time goes away from the real life. So if you work and then come home, eat and so on, there's not that much time left. And if you then use social media for 3 hours, that really takes away from your life, because now the comparison between using social media and not using social media, it's the same thing. You're sitting at home on your couch watching Instagram or YouTube or anything for a few hours, and it doesn't feel that bad because you get stimulated. You get this quick artificial satisfaction for your desires, and you can do that for a long time because it kind of feels good, but you also know something is missing. And if you stop using all this stuff, or not even stop completely but just decrease your screen time by a lot, you are forced to live in real life. And we humans are not made for just sitting there looking at a screen 40 centimeters away from your face. That's not how we're supposed to live. We are supposed to move, to do stuff, to learn stuff, even if we're just learning an instrument, for example. So for me it was learning the piano. It's not like you're moving really much or something, but you're just learning something new. You're experiencing life. But so you're not passive. So I think that's the real big thing. What makes your life feel unreal? You're passive. You're not really a participant in life. You're just passive and consuming, not really doing, learning, moving and so on. Just all this normal stuff that humans are supposed to do. Yeah. So I hope you understood how social media is really keeping you away from real life, and how you build your own small fake world in with just using social media so much. And if you now want to quit or just want to reduce your screen time, I have a few action steps for you. For example, you could just try to not listen to music when you go to work or school, or where you have to go the next time, or when you go to the gym. Now, of course, that's not social media now, but it's also part of this stimulation cycle. So where you just get stimulated all the time, you don't have to think even a bit at the day, you just always have input coming in. And that's one thing you can do, just not listening to music all the time. That's one action step. I mean, of course, those are really small action steps, but I need you to know that those small steps get you to the result at the end. Because many people, of course, they say, yeah, it's just willpower, just delete the apps straight away. But for me, it didn't work that way. So for me, it was just doing these small steps to get there in the long term and get there sustainable. Another step would be just turning off notifications. Now, of course, you probably heard that action step already. But if you still have notifications on, then that's the advice you need. Of course, it's basic, but you need to start at the basics. If I give you some advanced advice, for example, just deleting the app, that doesn't seem that advanced. Of course, you could also do that, but you would probably relapse. So what I need you to do is just now taking these small steps, even though they seem basic, but just doing those in the beginning, because that's what's getting you to the result long term. There's the result of deleting social media, or just decreasing your screen time in general, and living more in real life, being more fulfilled, and getting after your goals, because that also, of course, gets easier by quitting social media. I would say that are the most important steps you can take right now. And if you really want to take it serious and don't want to waste a lot of time, you can look in the description. It's a sustainable step-by-step plan which gets you from scrolling all the time to either deleting social media or just having a really low screen time, to live in reality more, and gets you to actually go after your goals again. Yeah, so I hope the video helped you. I hope you did some action steps, because that's the most important thing. Taking action. Of course, it's nice to know this information, but taking action is the most important thing. So I hope you turned off those notifications, and then bye.